There I was, standing in front of the judges. Just me and them. I should have the confidence of a cheerleader if I want to be one, right? That is what I was thinking to myself on Wednesday, March 28th, 2018. This was my first time trying out for cheerleading. Actually, it was my first time trying out for anything. And man, was I nervous. I had put in so much work and prayer, and I knew I had done everything I could. But would it be enough? It just had to be. We all know it is important to work hard and believe in yourself if it is something you really want. And I began to believe. During my 6th grade year, many changes occurred. I had to work harder in school, I was on the student council, but most importantly, I spent the entire year regretting not becoming a cheerleader. I'm not for sure why I didn't try out my 6th grade year. I think there were probably many different reasons. Fear, peer pressure, but I soon came to realize that it was one of the worst decisions I had ever made. I should not have let my nerves get in the way of something I really wanted to do. So, I became determined that my 7th grade year would be my year. I would try out for cheerleader. To be honest, I was reluctant to make this decision. What if I didn't like it? What if the girls were mean? Instead of worrying, I decided that if it was something I wanted to do, I would not let anyone or anything stop me. I'm sure everyone has felt like little old me did at some point. Whether it's deciding to quit your job, to change career paths, going to a new school, or even taking a class where you have to give speeches. We all had this moment of worrying about if we're good enough, if we have what it takes, if we can do it. But after I made the decision to choose to try out to become a cheerleader, it was time for the next step, to call reinforcements. Randy, who is a cousin of mine by marriage, just happened to be a former cheerleader at NEO. Since cheer clinics were quickly coming up, Mallory, my sister who was also trying out, and I called her to ask if she would work with us and teach us how to become the best cheerleader we could be. Of course, she was thrilled to mentor us and show us her best tips and tricks. Over spring break, she put us to work. We did ridiculous stretches, performed the tryout routine at least 3 times a day, and we practiced tumbling and jumping. By the end, my sister and I were definitely in the best shape of our entire life. There was a huge difference in the way we cheered. We started to finally see the positive difference that we had worked so hard for. After the break was over, it was the moment I was finally waiting for. It was finally time for tryouts. The day of tryouts was a day full of stress. I remember my sister telling me encouraging things, saying, "We're going to do great tonight," or "This is going to be awesome." But deep down, I was worried. What if we weren't good enough? Although we were nervous, I knew we could make it. The time finally came. It was time to go into the tryout room. Everyone had a number. We called the number out loud and proud before beginning tryouts. 716, 716. I said my number over and over, worried I would forget it when we walked into the gym. Although I don't quite remember what happened in there, all of my nerves got the best of me, making me forget. I knew we had both done a good job. Still, I couldn't help but wonder if we were going to make it. We knew we had done the best we could. We were just hoping it was good enough. The numbers of each person making cheerleader were posted on the glass doors. We all crowded around excitedly. The results were finally in. 716, 716. I kept repeating. As I squeezed my way into the front, frantically looking down the list, there it was, 716. I had made it. We had both made it. Although it was stressful, it was so worth it. I was very proud of myself. This experience was a wild one, but it taught me to believe in myself. It also showed me that I needed to work hard for something I wanted. Even though it was a very big decision for my 12-year-old self, it was worth it. I put in the hard work it took to become the best cheerleader I could be. And because I worked so hard, I achieved my goal. This also helped me in future years, as I have followed the same motto since then. If you put in the work, it will show. So, no matter what you're doing, whether it's something life-changing or something minor, Always put your heart into it and believe in yourself. In the end, how hard you worked will show. Thank you.